Buenos dias from Gracia. This is the Rorschach Spain update from the 27th of February, 2025. Quick summary of what's going down in Spain. Start this week with Spain's pledge to continue supporting Ukraine. On Monday, the 24th, President Pedro Sanchez announced that his government would grant Ukraine a $1 billion military aid package. The initiative will run parallel with the nearly $4 billion aid package from the European Union and individual support from other countries worldwide. The latest pledge of Ukrainian support was announced on the same day as the 3-year anniversary of Russia's full-scale assault. In Brussels, foreign ministers continue to discuss support for Kyiv and new sanctions against Russia, with Roberta Metsola, head of the European Parliament, calling for maintaining solidarity with Ukraine. In an update to a story from previous shows, on Thursday the 20th, Luis Rubiales, the former head of the Spanish Football Federation, was found guilty of sexual assault for kissing national team player Jenny Hermoso without her consent and was ordered to pay a fine just over 10,000 euros. The case originated after the Spanish women's team beat England in the World Cup after the ex-football head grabbed the player by the head and kissed her on the lips. Incident triggered protests and called for Rubiales' resignation, which followed soon after. Over to Catalonia in the northeast, on Monday the 24th, Oriol Junqueras, the president of Catalonia and leader of the Party Esquerra Republicana, announced the central government has agreed to forgive over $17 billion in debt owed by the autonomous region, eliminating nearly 20% of Catalonia's total debt. The deal was part of Pedro Sanchez's 2023 presidential bid, where he bargained with the Catalan party to secure his party's victory in the 2023 elections, gaining votes from them in exchange for various concessions. Finance to fighting for rights. On Friday, the 21st, Carla Antonelli, a Spanish politician and LGBTQ+ activist, made headlines by delivering a powerful speech in defense of trans rights during a session in Parliament. On the same day, Antonelli and Mas Madrid, a left-wing political party she has been a member of since 2023, shared a collaborative Instagram post publicizing the speech, which has since gone viral across social media. Antonelli first made history in 2011 as the first openly transgender person elected to parliamentary office while being a member of the Spanish Workers' Party, PSOE. Since 2023, she's also been the first openly trans woman to serve in the upper houses of the Spanish government. Want to listen to the speech? Link in the show notes. In news about visas, since Spanish authorities announced April 2024 that the popular Golden Visa scheme will only continue until April 2025, reports indicate that applications have surged. The program grants Spanish residency in exchange for financial investment. According to the report, Madrid-based law firm Golden Partners, the government issued an average of 69 golden visas per month between January and March 2024, while from April to October, the number of monthly permits increased to 95. The firm also mentioned that in Madrid alone, the application rate had increased by 200%, with most applicants being from the U.S. Although we could not find numbers in the report to confirm or deny this. Now, the hot topic of bullfighting. On Wednesday the 19th, Spanish animal protection groups delivered over 700,000 signatures to the Electoral Commission as part of its Not My Culture, or No Es Mi Cultura, citizens initiative. The initiative aimed to repeal a 2013 law designating bullfighting as cultural heritage in Spain. People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, or PETA, supports the initiative, which far exceeds the minimum threshold of 500,000 signatures, magic number required for the issue to be discussed in Spanish Congress. So organizers will now wait until it's scheduled to be discussed. Want to get on the roads but can't afford driving lessons? Well, Spain's considering changing its driving education system, allowing driver learners to train with friends or family instead of professional instructors. The National Commission for Markets and Competition proposed the change on Tuesday the 25th to cut costs and increase accessibility, especially for low-income learners. As it stands, Spanish citizens cannot learn to drive without being part of an official driving school or instructor. The Commission also suggested easing instructor requirements, with countries like France and Italy already using similar systems. While driving schools wouldn't disappear, they'd likely face increased competition and will need to adapt to fit the new system. Meanwhile, a well-loved Spanish water park is set to reopen on the country's southern coast. The abandoned Tivoli World on the Costa del Sol has finally been given the go-ahead to reopen 4 years after it was forced to close. The attraction closed in 2020 during the pandemic and has been left vacant ever since. There have been a lot of campaigns to get it going again since its closure, but finally the $200 million investment by real estate company Tremon did the job. Andaluz attraction has a bright future ahead of it. Local government said that the earliest opening date is predicted to be 2028. Still on tourism, where do Spanish and Europeans travel? Well, according to the recent coverage by the Spanish media reports and media outlet China Daily, they released on Tuesday the 25th, many European countries have been experiencing an increased rate of travel to China, driven by China's visa-free policies. Policies include an extended visa-free entry introduction in November 2024 to allow ordinary passport holders from 38 countries, including Spain, Bulgaria, and Portugal, to visit China for a maximum of 30 days without applying for a visa until the end of 2025. Citing national immigration data, China Daily states that in 2024, foreign nationals made over 60 million inbound and outbound trips last year, around an 80% year-on-year increase. Spain's a country that loves its tomatoes, but recent figures show that it may no longer be Europe's biggest exporter. According to the latest data from statistics company Eurostatcom, in 2024, Morocco exported 50 million kilos more tomatoes than Spain last year. The coordinator for farmers and ranchers organizations said that this market share loss is due to Morocco's low production costs and alleged preferential treatment by the EU. According to the leading force in Spanish agriculture, Morocco has also exceeded in recent years the quota of duty-free tomatoes, potentially meaning that Morocco could be over-exporting tomatoes in order to avoid paying certain taxes. Next up on Friday the 21st, Leroy Merlin, the French home improvement gardening retailer with a huge presence in Spain, announced it will distribute over $60 million among its more than 18,000 employees in Spain due to increased profits. Similar to how Home Depot or Lowe's might be perceived in the U.S., Leroy Merlin is a go-to store for Spaniards looking to improve their homes. Seen as reliable, affordable, and, especially after Friday's announcement, a company that looks after its staff. It's also one of the only big European retail companies still in Russia. From home improvements to cultural heritage, if you love a good food program and you want to know a little bit more about Spain, there's a new show coming that everybody's talking about. Mexican-American actress Eva Longoria is launching a new show entitled Searching for Spain, where she'll explore the country's food and culture, connecting her with heritage and visiting major cities like Barcelona and Madrid. Speaking to the Spanish media outlet Hola and about the CNN original series, Longoria shared her excitement about exploring Spain's diverse regions, rich history, vibrant culinary traditions. She described the experience as exhilarating, couldn't wait to share it with the world. And finally, highly anticipated cultural competition, the coastal carnival of Puerto Real in Andalusia province in the south is one of the town's most anticipated cultural events and is celebrated each year with performances, music, and satire. Rooted in Andaluz tradition, features official carnival groups competition where different ensembles like choral folk singing groups or chirigotas, groups of entertainers or comparsas, groups of people performing traditional Spanish folk ballads or romanceros, compete in theatrical showcases, often undertoned with social commentary. That's it for this week. Thanks for joining us. In case you didn't know, besides the Rorschach Spain update, we do others. We've got lots of countries from Africa, Asia, South America, Europe. We also have non-country updates, including the Arctic update about the area north of the Arctic Circle, multilateral update about the world's major multilateral institutions, ocean update about 70% of the world covered in salt water. If you want to check out the full list of the updates, go to Rorschach.com/updates. Link is in the show notes. Hasta la próxima.